Hey up! So, back at it again for the third and final video of the body confidence project. Now this one, I'm going to be a little more zoomed in because I realised that this camera, it has the date and time on when I'm recording it. Bit of a distraction, and I feel like it might be a little doxy. I don't know, I'm just scared that, you know, people will be able to sort of trace that back to where I am or something. I don't know. People are smart with technology, I'm not. I'm going off the top of my head for this one. It's not exactly gone to plan. What I wanted to do was get a bunch of lads to come and talk about what they will. I wanted them to send in clips about what they're insecure about, because I'm a girl, if you couldn't tell. I can't really talk about men and mental health and things firsthand. Well, I can talk about mental health firsthand, but I can't talk about men and their self-esteem firsthand, so I sort of just need to go off of what I see and my opinions based on that. So I will hold my hands up and say I'm not an expert, I'm not a man, this is just opinion, hopefully somewhat right. I don't consider myself to be daft. You know, I'm not the brightest spark in some cases, but when it comes to people and feelings, I'm quite good at reading them. And like I was saying, this is off the top of my head. I didn't really plan it out because I sort of find that when I plan things, the video tends to be shorter. So hopefully, if I'm chatting shit for a good amount of time. Let's get on with the video. Men, they sort of get forgotten when it comes to the mental health thing. Like, you don't get a lot of, hey man, your body's good too, sort of thing. And it does affect men. It does affect how they feel. I know that boyfriends of my friends have sort of felt like they need to be bigger, bulkier, because, you know, you go online and you see big muscle men, and it's not true, you know. Men can be just as handsome and cute with big tubby bellies. I don't want to risk sort of talking too much about Naz and, you know, making him uncomfortable, but I know that there's bits about him that he's uncomfortable with, and he shouldn't, because he's absolutely gorgeous. It's not a biased opinion. Going further on to that, like, he's gone from being tiny to being still small, but with a little bit of a belly, and that's normal, you know. I've said to him before, he's gone from being a boy to being a man now, and like, your body's gonna change when you get older, whether you're a man or a woman. They do get forgotten. You know, I've seen it in a headline of a story. It's like, I can't remember the headline exactly, but it was something like, and this is gonna be stupid, it was literally like, why plus size women are allowed to not want obese men. And that, you see the hypocrisy there? You see where it's gone? Now, like I said, it probably wasn't exactly to word that, but it was literally that kind of title. And I wish I still had the screenshot, but then it was like last year that I saw it, and I was like, oh well, at this rate I'm not gonna do it. You know, the video on plus, you know, body positivity. Just want to talk about that, really. Like, why is a bigger woman plus size and a bigger man obese? I still think bigger men are attractive. I don't think that being a man, a bigger man, means that you're ugly, whereas being a bigger woman means, God, queen, thick. You know, thick boys are just as good as thick girls. I'm not the mainstream media. I'm just a girl with a camera and an opinion. With my other videos, I can say that I'm talking fact, but I can't with this one, and it's quite frustrating. But men do deserve to feel good, and you know, I am struggling because it's like, do I just talk about my experiences? Because on one hand, when I was looking for a partner, I did match with bigger lads. They were very nice, very lovely. I wasn't hoping to get a bigger lad myself because I had an anxiety where if I had a big lad as a big girl, would it encourage me to lose the weight like I want to? On the other hand, I got a skinny boy and we're still fat together. And I say that because skinny boy can eat. Skinny boy can eat. Don't follow my logic, you'll just get, like, this is much more a podcasty kind of conversation than a YouTube video, but that's why I'm hoping to keep it short and sweet rather than going on and on and on. I am gonna, at the very end, sort of finish it by putting some, not memes, but you know, positive posts that I've seen, you know, pictures that I found online that show that all bodies are good bodies, because all bodies are good bodies. It's the same as women, like men, as long as you're happy with yourself and as long as you're healthy, you know, you're not finding problems to do with your weight. Because you know, I've watched ambulance programs, and you know, there's been a man on that once, and he fell over and he just simply couldn't get up because of his size. So it's no different if you're a man or a woman, just as long as you're wearing clothes that fit. Do I need to? I know a lot of men are quite insecure about South. Again, talking from my experience, not really sure how legitimate this sort of makes this. Not really the best sort of journalism, is it? From my experience, it doesn't matter about penis size. I'm very British about this. I'm like, oh, willies, oh no. No, I've had some of the best sex that I've had has been with smaller penises. Please don't watch this, family. I don't know if my family do. I know that when I was younger, like, I know my aunties used to watch my YouTube. I know my grandma doesn't watch it. My grandma shares fucking penises on Facebook. There's like a video like at the start of the first lockdown of like a hand gel dispenser that looked like a penis, like, you know. My grandma shared that. So my grandma's not bloody. Oh god, I don't want my family watching me talk about my sexual. My mum always says I can talk to her about anything, but she don't want to know about my sexual encounters. But there, I put it on the internet. Some of the best sex I've had is with smaller penises, because what I found is the bigger penises, they tend to just go inside you, and like, doesn't matter about size. I've got no shame. Editing Vicky here. I just wanted to clarify that I'm not laughing at small penises. I'm laughing at the fact that I'm talking about penises on YouTube. It's a very British sort of blushy kind of, just very British and very awkward. But I'm not laughing at penises, I'm laughing at me talking about penises. Something I've sort of thought arguably too much into is a few of the lads I asked to talk today have said that they're not comfortable, and maybe it's like, it made me wonder if there is some stigma from not having this support from the media. Men are told to be men. I could be thinking too much into it, but maybe the men are thinking, if I talk about this stuff, is it going to make me less of a man? maybe I don't want to talk about things I'm insecure. I mean, it could be nothing. You know, I know girls, you know, when I was younger, I wouldn't want to talk about things. Like, I definitely wouldn't have been so open on the internet as I am now. You know, when I was like 17, I wouldn't have at all been, I wouldn't have put on dint in the stigma, which I am going to make it public, because I've talked about it so much now. I might as well just put on a video of me just crying on the internet, because I always say that I want this to be some kind of journal. I want my online accounts to just be memories, and just I just want to be open and honest and fun. I mean, me crying on the internet isn't really fun, but it's there, it's open, it's honest, and I shouldn't hide that away. If I'm thinking maybe it's not the best approach to it, I don't want to hide that away now. But I honestly just can't talk firsthand about men. I sort of had a worry about putting this video up at this point, and it's sort of the other thing I've been thinking about. Again, arguably too much thinking about it, but I have a lot of friends on the internet that are feeling very strongly about men at the minute. Obviously, myself included, has been affected by men abusing their power as men, and I sort of had a wonder that I had a thought that maybe if men had more of this support from the internet, more of this, you are valid no matter what you look like, and they had less insecurities, maybe they'd want to be less aggressive with their approach, because I know a lot of women are scared to reject men in fear of being abused. And I've had it before, you know. I've had someone get aggressive and manipulative with me because I've rejected them. I don't know if it is that. Misogyny definitely does come into it. You know, I've had someone just send me a dick pic out of nowhere and not apologise until I said I have a boyfriend. Then again, I've also had someone wanting to sext and wanting me to send pictures knowing I have a boyfriend. I've had people ask me for a threesome with me and my boyfriend. And it's strange, but I do wonder if there was more support in building men's self-esteem, that there would be less crime towards women from men. And then, you know, before I get the comments, I know it's not all men. I know I'm very safe around some men. We don't know which men. When I was younger and I hadn't had my therapy and things, like, I wouldn't let my dad near me because dad is a man. Man hurt me. My dad could hurt me. And there's still times when my dad sort of intimidates me, and it could be daft. I know my dad's not going to hurt me, but there's that fear there because man has hurt me. Sometimes Naz just raises his voice, and he's completely right, because, you know, I'm not always in the right. I take things too far, I get annoying, and there's just sometimes he'll just go, stop, and I'll start crying. I'll be like, why are you shouting at me, big scary man? And it's because men have abused me, men have been shitty with me, and I know I'm safe with Naz. I'm moving in with him and his 2 roommates, well, 3 including Laura, but, you know, 2 other lads, and I know that I'm safe with them. If there was a man just following me, oh, I don't know him, he could hurt me. I'm going way off, but it's just a thought. Maybe if there was more positivity towards men, towards the bodies, towards the feelings, maybe they'd be less abusive. And women need to take some responsibility towards that, because you know, it is women saying, oh, I wouldn't date a guy who looks like this. Preference is allowed, but there are some women that are nasty about it. I see a lot of posts that are like, look, if he's less than 6 feet tall, he's not a man. And it's like, well, he is a fucking man, isn't he? So women do need to take some responsibility. This video is probably just going to be waffle, and I apologise if it is. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I've not got any psychology degree or anything. This is just opinion. This is hopefully an eye-opener. I just want people to watch these videos and think this movement is a good thing. It's been taken control of by something bad. It's, you know, we have terrible icons. You know, not everyone's a good icon. I don't want to name names, but there is one plus size model who is a twat, and she's unhealthy. She can't even walk, and she's getting all these positive discriminations, which is still discrimination, and it's like still bad. So it's a good movement. It can do wonders, it can do great things, but it needs to include men more, and it needs to stop being taken to some toxic degree. And we need to remember that we're allowed to be rejected for being fat. I couldn't be an athlete if I didn't make my football team. You know, I can't kick off and be like, oh, you're just, it's because I'm fat, innit? You know, you can't do that to me. Just because I'm fat doesn't mean I can't play football. Because it kind of does. I'm not fit enough, I'm not good enough. That's allowed to be the case. Sorry men, if I've bollocks this up, like, I'm sorry. But hopefully this does sort of spark some interest. Hopefully I've made some good points. Hopefully this hasn't just been, what, 10 or so minutes of waffle. And hopefully you enjoyed it. Please comment, just men, comment your opinions. Let's talk about insecurities. Let's talk about what men need. Thank you for watching. Please like it and subscribe. Hopefully soon I'm going to start doing fun videos, not just sit and talk to a camera video. So thank you for watching, and here are some supportive pictures for the men.